Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. This video is a bit of feminine health and self-love mixed together and creating such a beautiful experience. It is all on Yoni Steaming, the yoni and everything that has to do with that sacral spot. If you would like to know more on what Yoni Steaming is, how to Yoni Steam, what is a yoni to begin with, stay tuned to this. Just jump right into the video and start off with what is a yoni. It might be a new term to some of you. However, the yoni is the female sexual organ, or organs I should say, or a symbol of them, because of course it's more than just one, and especially seen as an object of veneration within certain types of Hinduism, Buddhism and other cultures. The yoni is also seen as being source, the womb, and feminine genitalia. There's a lot of different words used for yoni, as vagina, pussy, coochie. The list goes on and on and on, whatever you used to call it. Me personally, I used to call it penny, because if you did watch my previous video, I'll put a little bling at the top somewhere here, where me and my friends had a sit down, let's talk session. We did talk about the way in which we did name our feminine reproductive area. And my name was Penny, so everyone has their own word. That is exactly what the yoni is. That is the sacred part of a woman where creativity starts and life is made. It is called the yoni. The yoni is also a Sanskrit word for that female reproductive area. So now that you know exactly what yoni is, then you do know what steaming is, I believe. So that is steaming the yoni and deep wellness. The yoni, vaginal or V-steaming, is a sacred feminine healthcare ritual that was done by the indigenous people. This powerful ancient self-care ritual brings together herbal medicine, a woman's wisdom, feminine power. Generally is done to restore feminine balance and balance menstrual cycles, release and heal from trauma. It is seen as a sacred practice which brings forms of intentions, and also seen as self-care among other reasons. Yoni steaming is something that has been done from years and years and years. Several women around the world from different cultures and backgrounds actually practice this. It is a deep sense of feminine wellness and also done with so much love and gratitude for yourself. Yoni steaming has some true benefits, and I can truly say that some of these experiences and benefits of yoni steaming I have experienced firsthand for myself. So they include, and this is not everything because the list is very expansive, but just to list a few: better sleep, it treats PMS, it strengthens your yoni, it increases the sex drive, it reduces black and brown bleeding, it's a vaginal lubricant, it helps reduce gas, bloating and cramping, and it also helps to decrease infections such as yeast and bacterial infections. Herpes, some people say as well, and the list goes on and on. If you want, you can do your own research on all the benefits that yoni steaming includes. Maybe there might be something that you actually want to also benefit from. If I was you, I would definitely say to go and do your research and look a bit more in on yoni steaming and all the wonderful benefits. But like anything, yoni steaming also should be done safely, and there's times and also reasons when you should not actually yoni steam. And just to list a few of those, it is not advised to yoni steam when you are on your menstruation. So when you are on your period, you should not be yoni steaming, because you can imagine everything's open, you have blood coming out, and you're putting really hot steam going into that area, and it's just not a good thing to do. After insemination, so while you're trying to conceive, during pregnancy, or if you are pregnant, it's not advised to yoni steam. During vaginal infections, especially getting that treated by your doctor. During hot flashes, so if you're really hot already and you're going to steam, I don't think that's a great combination. And the last one that I've added in on my list was irregular menstrual cycles. Also with steaming, it is advised that you yoni steam with caution. So you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, you practice caution. So great, now we're coming to the last slide, which is in the last part of my video, which is me explaining exactly how I yoni steam at home. In this video, I'll be showing you a bit of snippets of different times when I have yoni steamed and different rituals and practices that I follow. So I just thought that would make it a bit more visually appealing, and also for you to have an idea of how I actually incorporate this into my routine. How I steam is you of course need to first have your herbal blend, or one that you can get from a wellness center, or let's say different areas. You could do your research again and create your own herbal mixes. That's actually something that I'm looking into doing, having in my home my different herbs that I can use and just make my own perfect little blend for myself, depending on month by month and what I think my body would need to have at that time. There's a few companies, or there's two that I know for sure in Holland that you can buy them at. I'll leave both their links down below. That you can get the herbs out that are specially designed for Yoni Steaming and use for that. The one that I'm going to be showing in this video is by a company called Lotus Rejuve, and they actually do have a wellness clinic in Amsterdam. I realized I did not include how I actually got my Lotus Rejuve blend. I actually got them in this temple kit from Nyanza Living, and they do have several things included into their kit. If you would like to know more about them, you can check them out on Instagram. And as step as mentioned is to get your favorite blend, and then number 2 is to design a pot or bowl that you're going to use for Yoni Steaming. In my case, I have a special wooden bowl that I use for Yoni Steaming. I just make the tea that's brewed in a stainless steel pan, and I just make it like a tea and let that bubble. You'll also see here a few clippets of that. And I boil then alkaline or filtered water and let the herbs steep. So that's a whole vibe. I allow that to bubble and to cook up into a nice tea, and so that can just steep and become all the rich goodness that I'm going to use for my steam. And then what I do is I pour my Yoni tea into a bowl. I like to call it a tea because I love to enjoy teas. So just imagining that sacred part of me is also enjoying like a really nice fresh tea. It's amazing and divine, if you ask me. Just pour that into a bowl, put it into the special bowl that I have. And what I have actually is in my meditation area. You'll also see in this video some snippets of me actually in that area of my house where I am able to go to and meditate. I use this area also to steam because I think it's very precious to me, and an area in which I can just go to and have some quiet time. So I also like to sage that area, put on some candles. So what I actually do is just sit or squat over the bowl. You can have this done in the toilet. I should say that I did this, I think, in the past like that, but after thinking about it, I just thought like being on the toilet, of course I cleaned the toilet thoroughly before going and steaming them, but just being in the toilet didn't give me that like royal feeling that I wanted to have. So I decided to, instead of doing it over the toilet, actually create and have my little meditation area in my house. I do it at, just to make sure that it's all sanitized and clean and nice. A few things that I actually like to do is just to first set my intentions of what this steam is all about and what I want to accomplish with this steam. And then I like to journal whatever pops up into my head, or how I feel, the things she's been telling me. There's 2 books, I will put their names up on screen right now, but has also helped me on this journey, or has guided me and motivated me on this journey of womb wellness. And I'll just put their names up again right now so you can see them. They go a lot into detail talking about all the benefits of Yoni Steaming and just connecting with source again and connecting with yourself in such an intimate way. What I also like to do is you can release any womb traumas that you may have had by just writing them all out, trying to connect and talk with her and be like, okay, what are you feeling? How are we? What are we doing? Do you love me? Do you need some more care from me? Have I been treating you well? Has it been too long since my last steam? What's going on, girlfriend? Like, just to sit down and talk to her and see where we're at. The last 2 things I want to mention before closing this video off is that I Yoni steam for about 30 minutes. It is recommended to steam from anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes. Anything beyond that is not really needed. What I do at the ending of steaming is I return that water to my plants that I have in home, or giving it back to nature. Now, I don't live anywhere that I can just go outside like that. So what I do is I actually water my plants with it and give it back to nature, because I do have a lot of plants in my house, or enough to actually give all that water back to. And also something that just popped into my head now, I should mention that I do cleanse myself before steaming and also after steaming. And while I'm steaming, I might enjoy a cup of tea. I make my favorite little raspberry tea depending where I am in my cycle, or just some chamomile tea to calm me down, depending on the mood and what I do have in home. And that is just kind of my practice when it comes to yoni steaming.